All right, good morning, everybody. We are live with Zeal of Zenithar. That's the first thing we're starting off with here. And then also there was a at least very long developer stream yesterday. And I have the sneaking suspicion that there was basically nothing new there. I only watched the first 10, 15 minutes or so. But that was enough to make me realize that there really isn't that much going on. So we shall see. But yeah, we're going to spend, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes here exploring Zeal of Zenithar. I just got distracted by this ad with this man putting on magnetic eyelashes. I wish he wouldn't. Please stop. Hey, Big. Welcome. YouTube ads can be completely terrifying, you know? Though it's nothing compared to Twitch. Like yesterday, I was blown away. Like, I hate Twitch. It's such a terrible platform in so many ways. Partially because to watch the developer stream yesterday, I had to sit through literally one entire minute of unskippable ads, which is just something that anyone in their right mind would understand is going to drive people away from your platform, which is exactly what is happening with Twitch. But yeah, it's just, and the ads are all untargeted. Now, say what you will about collecting people's data and advertising them based on that, but at least it's going to be things you might at least be somewhat interested in. But it's just completely random stuff on Twitch. So there's a reason I don't stream on Twitch, why I don't have a presence there whatsoever. I think it's being kept on life support. It's never been profitable. It's going to die. But yeah, YouTube ads are terrifying sometimes, but it's nothing compared to Twitch ads. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me. We are going to dive into Zeal of Zenithar. Before we do that, I did come out with a guide this morning on Zeal of Zenithar, a little bit different from just like your average run-of-the-mill guide where people just tell you what's happening. That's what I've done up until this point, but I decided to make it more actionable by telling you the first 9 things you should actually do in Zeal of Zenithar. The first one, of course, being part of a guild. And I think we actually may have had some more guild applications. Yep. So let's go ahead and welcome Leo Chilled and Blurfed. Welcome to the guild. That's an interesting name. Awesome. So yeah, I did mention in the video, this is a good time to be part of a guild because to get the repeatable rewards in Zeal of Zenithar, you do have to be part of a guild. So anyway, let's go ahead and start it off here. For those who can't find it, excuse me, there should be a link in your announcements page telling you how to get to the event. Welcome, St. Mac. Welcome, Mamba. And there you have it. You have the event quest, the unrefusable offer. Now, what I want to test is whether you actually have to do that to be able to access the daily. I think if you've already... Yeah, it is called Belkarth Festival Grounds. I realized that at the end of my video yesterday. I was calling it the Belkarth Fairgrounds the entire video, and then it's actually called Festival Grounds. Oh, well. But so do I have to do that intro quest even though I already did it last year? Or if I go over here, can I go ahead and just pick up the daily? Yeah, that's a no. I really thought I wouldn't have to do this again. Oh well. But man, this is what I love about any event in the game. Is there's just so many people. Okay. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and start up the quest then.
Zenithar will provide the means for the All's recovery.
What? Okay, well, it didn't take me to at that time, but here we are. So I guess you do have to do the intro quest every year. I was not aware of this, but oh well. We're going to talk to the guy. The idolater zealot.
The path to good fortune is muddy. Zenithar teaches that the first step toward wealth begins by putting on your boots.
Now, which world religion is the Zenithar cult most like? Final Jeopardy question right at the beginning of the stream.
Ah, yes. I am a traveling priest. Seeking to... we present off. I am a master weaver, but...
Alright, I gotta craft some apples. I think I got apples. I think I got this recipe. Let's find out. Oh, I don't have the recipe. Alright, there should be a chef around here, right? Yeah. This is not my main craft or anything. Hey, Nathalia. Baked apples. So yeah, if you don't have the recipe, just go get it from the chef who is right here. Hush, Zerathar. Then you can get it. You can craft it. They have apples there too if you need them. Okay, I did it. I didn't do it. Now I did it. I thought maybe Lazy Rit Crafter would do that for me, but that's a no. Alright, so you make the apples. Go talk to the heathen cultists again.
I'll take the baked. I'll need you.
And you need wood. Which I probably don't have. Because why would I have maple wood? But anyway, you just go and then you cut the log. You talk to him again.
With the work, it was stolen. Now the blessed Zenithar.
Right. What, we're not done?
Stigthar is...
Alright. And then, yeah, you just go to this spot. It's all coming back to me. You go to this spot, you fight some people, you pick up the thing. Oh, that's very helpful. Tooltip. Oh, yeah, that's right. It always says that to you every Zeal of Zenithar. Because having a guild is important. But yeah, it makes sure to tell you to get a guild. Which is, I guess, kind of helpful. But anyway, yeah, you go kill this boss guy. Oh man, I haven't played on this character for a while. I forgot all the key bindings. Oh, and of course, because every time you use screenshot mode, it takes away the health bars. I have no idea why. But gotta go back to options. Combats? No, it's under nameplates. That's right. I think it's a bug where when you turn off nameplates while you're in screenshot mode, it then takes away health bars when you come back. Hey Takoa, so you're saying that you did your daily quest and you got a purple coffer instead of the gold one. That would not be what's supposed to happen. If you're talking about the Zeal of Zenithar daily quest, you should get the gold one.
I prepared the wood and am ready to weave it into a basket.
Home Depotism. Well, let me give you a hint. It's all about accruing wealth. The one way it doesn't fit is the fact that they actually work and make things.
Reached our humble ears.
It's all about money. But through one's own labors, so the overlap is not perfect. Now, I think last year they took away the option where you don't have to pray to this fallen idol.
Precisely.
Okay.
Your efforts will not. Our offering is.
So we got that. That's the intro quest. You should only get Oh, stop calling me dear heart. You creep me out.
I'm not sure. Awful.
Yeah, you say the prayer. You say you're the one who's gonna be
Offer the
damned.
prayer to Zenithar.
I do not want to pray to Zenithar. You do it, weirdo.
Zenithar, turn your
Okay,
providence
so
on
now
us.
what you can do
Yours work this day.
is you can gain a level or earn a champion point, unearth an antiquity, or spend 10,000 gold. Now the thing is, I'm wondering if I've spent all my gold recently on upgrade materials for new builds. I don't know if I even have any gold in the bank. No, I don't. That is generally the easiest way to do this. You know, assuming you have gold. But I can also just go ahead and do a treasure map. That'll work. I wonder if I have any here in Craglorn. No, that's a survey. Okay. But I probably have a ton of unopened ones. Yeah, let's just go ahead and see if I have any. I don't mind going to another zone, but let's see what we got in here. You also got purple for... Now, let's make sure we're talking about the daily quest that I am currently engaged in here, because that is not the way it's supposed to be. Alright, no Craglorn, but West Weald is good because you get this frickin' tree that's really cool almost every single time. I haven't really been here, though, so we'll have to just hoof over there. Okay, whatever. Wait, why are there, Wait, which one? Oh, I have both. Oh, I see. It's showing both of them on the map because I have both of them. Gotcha. Okay, this one's closer. It's actually probably closest to this way shrine. So I'll go ahead and dig up the, I'll go ahead and dig up the treasure chest, and that's how we're going to do this. So it's possible it's bugged. Possible it's bugged. We're going to run through the West Weald here because it's really beautiful. The most recent zone that's actually good to look at. I went back to Solstice the other day. It was just a freaking fever dream. And what was it I was trying to do? Yeah, I saw it go there to hunt down sky shards, and it was just such a pain. Solstice was just such a mistake. But Westfield is great. I love running around here. So we're going to dig up the treasure map. You got a purple box when you
Come, little ones.
did your daily, and you got a gold one when you did scrying, Nephalium? Yeah, that's just not the way this is supposed to be whatsoever. So when I'm done tracking down my treasure chest here, I'll go ahead and check the forums and see if there's any report of this happening. Because, let me just pull it up. One thing they really need to do is fix the tutorial section. It's such a mess. Yeah, it says right there. During Zeal of Zenithar, you get 300 trade bars for doing honest toil, which is what I'm doing right now, what you guys have said you've been doing. You also receive a legendary Zenithar's parcel per account per day for completing the quest. So yeah, nothing changed. I'm sorry for covering my own ass, but I'm glad I didn't get that wrong. That would be embarrassing. But yeah, no, it says right there that's... Oh no, really? They're making this hard? Okay, how do I get up there? Really? Oh, that's like impossible to see. I would have never gotten here without the add-on. Okay. Now back to the creepy cultist. Come here, dear heart. I got a reassembled alien lens, whatever that means. Come cuddle with an old red guard. That is sexual harassment. If she actually said that. That's close enough. Okay.
You've
Oh,
proven
well,
yourself a reliable and prosperous child of trade.
I got
dear
the gold
heart.
one.
Here is the small reward I'm allowed to give out on Zenithar's behalf.
I
Return
don't know.
your dedication.
I don't know. But, I mean, there it is. There it is. I got the gold one. So, let's check, though. Let's see if there are any official responses to bug reports on this topic. Forum Dev Tracker. No, there's nothing new today in terms of responses from the devs. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what gives there. Let's go ahead and see what I got from the box. Okay, well, right off the bat, I got the final piece of that mount. Now, the only question I have is, did I even bother to get the other two pieces because I was annoyed that it was a reskin? But anyway, I did get the final piece there. And I can't tell because this is not my crafter account, but I did get a furnishing and a treasure map and some iridium from the normal parcel. Right, and that was something else that was brought up, is that you couldn't get the rose blood recall from the Impresario. Yeah. No, but again, that was listed in the article. I know it was. I know it was. Hang on. Let's pull it up. So, where was this? Wait a minute. No. Hang on. Oops, wrong button. No, they must have updated this from yesterday, because... Wait a minute. It's not there anymore. I swear it was. Okay, I can check. I can go to my video. Don't judge my feed. I can go to my video. Hush, hush, hush. Timestamps. Trade bars. So hang on here. Because I'm always getting accused of stuff. I don't need to be accused of anything else. See, look. Look. I was not a liar. They are. This was the article yesterday. All 3 Roseblood Wings recall customized action fragments. That was the article yesterday. I left it, but and here's the article today. They just removed it. They just removed it. So once again, here's the article yesterday. It says right there. It says right there. It says right there that they were going to have all 3 Roseblood Wings recall customized action fragments. But why? Like, why would your reaction be if you accidentally put that in there? Why would your reaction be remove the item you said would be there, as opposed to just put it in there? I mean, is it really going to take that long to change the code? I feel like it would probably take just as long to change the code as it would to edit the article. That is a bad choice. Like, if look, who can say what my choice would really be in the moment? But I feel like if I were in charge here, instead of removing the item I said would be there, I would just I would just put the item. Oh man. And this happened with the last event too, right? Where they said it would be here and it wasn't. Is there some kind of problem with this recall or something? What gives? Because yeah, it just got memory hold. They went full 1984 on this. There has never been a Roseblood Wings recall. There has always only been the Roseblood Bat. There has never been a Rose Wings recall. What's weird is the total lack of acknowledgement of this. But again, when I mean, I am trying to cover my own ass. I'll admit it. I hate giving out wrong information, being accused of crap. But yeah, when I made the video yesterday, that was in the article. And then they just took it out and it's not available. That is so weak. That is so weak. Just why? What an absolutely wild choice. Like I really, like, if you said it was going to be there, just let it be there. What is the actual problem here? Is there a problem with that particular recall? Is it bugged or something? Well, I mean, I know for a fact it's not. I use it all the time. I don't really want to I'll just go to the character I have it on. Well, still, like, even though it wasn't really my fault, I'm sorry for conveying information that ended up not being true. That sucks almost as much as being accused of being AI. So we'll talk about in a minute. Hey, Sergeant. Yeah, I mean, Zeal of Zenithar is less worth grinding since they nerfed it in 2023. But it's still worth doing the daily quests every day and maybe going and grinding materials and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, look, this is the Roseblood Wings recall. It's fine. Works fine. Why would they do that? Okay, well, whatever. But But yeah, if you are curious about the event, whether it's worth it, I do have a full guide on Zeal of Zenithar out. So you can just go ahead and check that out. Don't worry, we'll wait for you. It's only 18 minutes. And that conveys the full value proposition. But yeah, that's weird. That's weird that they would say that's available, but it's not. And then when they made the mistake that they wouldn't fix it. Okay. Well, let's check out the... Yeah, apparently I have one fragment of that mount already. I mean, I had one already, I think. Well, wait a second. Because it's saying I've already... Right. So I've bought one of the pieces of the mount from the Impresario. I just got the third one from the box. So yeah, I'll get the last one here and we can make them out. We can check it out. It just annoys me. This is a reskin of like a 10-year-old mount. Because the Wild Hunt crates came out in what, like 2016, 2017? I think those were the first crates, right? Maybe the second or third. And all these, including the ones you can get from Endeavors, are all just reskins of those original Wild Hunt mounts. But yeah, I'm putting together the mount right now. Let's go ahead and combine it. Oh, it's got this kind of box pyramid thing. I kind of missed it. And there we go. We got the Wither Steed. Let's go ahead and I'll just preview it first. Oh, it does come out of like a giant weird pile of gore. Okay, let's check this out. Oh god, that's disgusting. Sorry for taking the Lord's name in vain there, but... Wait, and why does it glow green when you activate it? Why not red? What? And it grows these little vines all over it? Now, with the other ones, it like leaves this effect on the ground when you're not moving. And that's not the case with this one. It's just dropping these continuous blood petals, like from Diablo 4. And when you rear up, it's green, which really doesn't look right. And then you get these just some kind of vines crawling around the mount. I don't know. Like, I already was biased against this mount because it's a reskin. But it's not really doing anything to improve my opinion of it. I mean, the thing is, we already had red versions of the Wild Hunt mounts to actually have one of them. Wait. Big cats, right. That's even when I called something, you know, bloody. So there's the Sench. It has these leaves that come off of it when you activate it. And as you can see, kind of on the ground there are these vines or roots that come out of the ground when you're stationary. So I don't know. That thing is just really not very good, in my opinion, unfortunately. It's pretty weak. Really weird design work, like especially that mount up. I don't really want to emerge out of a pile of gore. Or are those petals? What is that? Okay, wait. It kind of looks like flesh atronach parts or something, but I think that is supposed to be red rose petals. Yeah, it's supposed to be rose petals. And it is cool you have these petals coming off of you at all times. Like, that's pretty cool. And so, I guess, are the vines that go around you, but the fact that it glows green when you rear up is just kind of weird. Hi, Reaper. So you're on page 8. Do you have time to get to page 10? Probably. Probably. Just do all the weekly things. I haven't paid any attention to the challenges since this came out because I just used all my caches at once. And I have way too many now, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, you probably have enough time. We'll see. It's pooping roses. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going back to my actual mount that I like. I don't know, guys. I kind of regret using my trade bars on that. I feel like there are better things you could use them on, such as, for instance, we have...
A busy time?
Oh, there's a bunch more in here than they said there would be. Again, the article was just entirely incomplete. What is the Molag Ball illusion imp? Oh yeah, it's this little Molag Ball who chases you around. Does this mean they also have... Does this mean that the... No. I was thinking this might mean that the... Oh, what's it called? The Molag Ball Masquerade Major Adornment was back. Black, I haven't actually started on that. We're doing Zeal of Zenithar first, and then we're going to go on to the dev stream. But it looks like it's going to be a lot of unimportant stuff. It starts out with 4 women referencing Ghostbusters and talking about their cats. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I honestly feel like that mount was a waste of trade bars. But what you could get from the Impresario's assistant is this. It's a really great skin, in my opinion. The Scales of Akatosh. And there's also the Soulfire Dragon Illusion Pet. Plain Meld Master's Markings. That's terrible. Yeah, and the Passion Dancer Muse is very, very effeminate. It's cool, I guess, if you actually are a female, right? But yeah, the Plain Meld Master's Markings are awful, but I'm kind of tempted. I didn't get this last time around because back then you didn't have trade bars, you had event tickets, and they were really hard to come by. So you had to use them wisely, but now I have a bunch of trade bars. I kind of want to have a tiny little Molag Ball following me around. I'm not going to lie. I don't have the polymorph to match it. But I'm trying to think like which character I'd put this on. Yeah, maybe my main, actually. Okay, yeah, let's do it. It's only 1,500. Let's get the tiny Molag Ball. Which one's the last one? That's not it. There you go, Dark Ink Opinion. That's the third piece. Alright, let's combine them and get... Oh, that's cool. Especially how it wraps around that rock. That's bizarre. There we go. I got my mini Molag Ball. Let's check this out. Okay. There it is. Wait, no. What? Oh, it's under Daedric. Okay. Oh, it starts as an imp, and then it... Okay, that was totally worth it. That is an excellent use of trade bars right there. Mini Molag Ball. Totally does not fit this character, though, so we're going to say goodbye. So silly. That is so silly. Okay. Back to... Oh, maybe I want the Manifestation of Order pony. Where is it? Where's my pony? There it is. No, it doesn't really fit with the vibe. I'll just go with my Sench like I had before. I have both the Wolf and the Sench in the Sovngarde. But because my mount is a cat anyway, this makes more sense. Alright, that's basically all there is to it. There are some good things to get from the assistant. The Impresario is weak this time around. Oh, I did not actually check out the new outfit style. Let's do that really quick. So this is the Battlefield Provisioner style. Hello, toddler. You got some pants? Will you ask mommy to help you with that? Or brother? I'm streaming right now. No, I'm not gonna help you. Oh, you want me to fix that? Okay. This is the important job of a dad, fixing the pant legs of her Spider-Man pants. Okay. But this is the new style, the Battlefield Provisioner. And I would say it's decent. I like how it's not tied to one particular gender. The hat is kind of weird. Not gonna lie. I would check this all out in... I don't think it'll show up in armor style, so that's the problem. I would check them all out together. But no, okay, yeah, it is all in here. It is all in here. Okay, we'll put all this weird stuff together, including the strange little gypsy hat. It's gonna be so sad. Oh, right, I don't have it. It's so sad here. It's gonna be so sad when my Halo goes away. Aw. I love my Halo. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I will never wear it though. Let me move my camera here so you guys can see it. I will never wear it though, and it's kind of boring. I haven't actually been into an event outfit style since what's this thing called? It's so good. Since where is it? This thing came out. The Earthbone Aliad. Man, I love this style. I haven't worn it in a while. But the Earthbone Aliad style is, and this was like 2 years ago. This is the last one I've really cared about. It's a really good style though. But yeah, for the last couple years, honestly, the event styles have been pretty mid. But at least that one's not like offensively stupid, like some of them have been recently. It's just kind of like if you're a crafter, you want to role play as like someone who goes and repairs people's gear in Cyrodiil or something. Like, it's fine for that. But yeah, that's pretty mid. Let me see if there's anything else I missed here that I wanted to cover. Because if not, we're going to go ahead and move on to covering the dev stream, because we're probably going to be here for a couple hours, honestly, sifting through all of the unimportant lunacy. But you can get all of the old styles here. You can get the Withersteed mount, which I just covered, and it's totally bizarre, and I think it was a total waste of my trade bars, but I did want to check it out. I guess I could have previewed it. Now that I think about it, oh well. And you can get the blood bat, which you can't really see because of the tents. But yeah, despite, and I proved it in the article yesterday, they did say you'd be able to get the recall, but then they stealth edited the article and did not include the recall. So that's bizarre. There's a lot of good stuff to get from the assistant, though. And let me see. You have these 2 Indriks from the Indrik vendor. But I don't think there's anything new in the Gold Coast Bazaar. Yeah, there won't be until Season 1 starts on July 8th. Nothing new there, and when it comes to getting the parcels, I did cover all the different ways you can get them in my video from yesterday. So if you guys did not see that video on the top 9 things you do first in Zeal of Zenithar, do check that out. You know, honestly, what I use all the time is the AI summary tool in YouTube. I don't know if you guys use that, so I probably shouldn't share this because then you won't watch the whole video, right? You'll just use a summary. But if you only have a couple minutes, like right now, you don't want to miss the stream, that is probably the easiest way to get the info. But yeah, ever since Zeal of Zenithar was nerfed in 2023, it's really not. The event will never be the same. I mean, it was great before. You got a box for every single daily crafting writ you did. And I think it was every single master writ as well. So you could farm boxes like crazy. But now basically people are right when they say this is the worst version of the anniversary festival. It's fun enough. It's a good way to get furnishing recipes, but for people like me who aren't really into housing anymore, I was for a while and kind of got bored with it. You don't really need those furnishings. You know, you can sell them or whatever, so it's a good way to make gold. It's also a good way to get crafting materials. Like you can occasionally get like dreg wax and chromium plating and stuff from boxes, but really, really rarely. If Valium, you're saying it's not as much fun this year, I mean, it hasn't really been fun for me since 2023, I'll be honest. When they nerfed the event all the way to Hades. But you know, it's just like, it's a great event for crafting. There are some real definite benefits to it, like the reduction in cost of items, the reduction in cost of way shrine usage. Like, these are all great things, but usually ever since the nerf in Zeal of Zenithar, I just go get my golden box every day, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, sometimes if I'm already doing crafting writs, I'll get the one pitiful measly box you get for your first writ. I remember this is before I was really doing content on the game. I was so stoked for Zeal of Zenithar in 2023, and I logged in and I got a single box. And I thought it was bugged, but it's not. It's just the way it is now for whatever reason. But yeah, let's see. Yep, we got another person entering the guild. Welcome, Midnight Tide. So, yeah, this is a great time to be part of a guild. If it's like your first Zeal of Zenithar or you really want to grind it, definitely a good time to get in the guild. Spopes fam. If you can't find it in Guild Finder, it seems like it's about like a 50-50 thing, where about half the people can find it, and about half can't. It is listed in Guild Finder, but if you cannot find it, join our Discord. There is a link in the description to the Discord server, and then one of us will be happy to invite you using your PSN. And again, the guild is only on PSNA. Welcome, Pumpkin Guy. We are here. But yeah, so okay, someone's got to explain to me what these gifts are. I love them. The stickers are so great. Are these like the things on Reddit? You know, like, do you buy them? People have been sending me these gifts for the last few streams, but I have no idea what it all means. Do I have them? Like, I don't know. It doesn't show up in the revenue at the end of the stream, so I have no idea. But yeah, that's Zeal of Zenithar in a nutshell. They lied about the recall being available. Lord knows why. They said it was going to be there. Then they edited their article, and it's not there. The recall is not there. The mount is weird. It's pretty good if you like that kind of thing, but in my opinion, it's not really very good. The probably like best part of this event this year is the stuff that is back with the Impresario's assistant. My highlight of the event so far was getting this little tiny Molag Ball guy that I missed last time because event tickets were so hard to come by. So I'm stoked I have tiny Molag Ball. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just kind of hard to get into Zeal of Zenithar for me personally ever since the event was nerfed. So I'll probably just get my trade bars every day, get my gold box, and call it good. Pumpkin Guy, you say it just said you can send one? Yeah, so nobody knows what these gifts are. But I love it. Thank you. We'll probably figure that out someday. Okay, so we're going to begin switching gears here. But before we do, before I move over to camera one, it's the same camera, but I'm going to move it slightly and go to my desk, and that's where we're going to cover the dev stream. Before we do that, I'm going to address some concerns I've received recently that I am AI. I mean, that'd be pretty hard to believe seeing me here on stream, right? But there was something about my werewolf build that came out yesterday that made people think it was AI. And I'll be straight up. I have used AI once in my videos. And it was with today's video, where I put in a picture of me as a used car salesman. And it was a very gratifying moment because Nano Banana knew who I was. I put into Google AI, I said, draw a picture of Spopes as a CD car salesman, used car salesman or something. And it found me. It is definitely me in the picture. But I don't know what it was. So basically, the comments I got, a lot of it was just like anger at me using AI, which I understand this community. When there was a prominent content creator who was caught red-handed in 4K making actual AI builds. But the criticism I've gotten is that apparently because I made a tiny mistake in that video where I referred to my class as my race, apparently that was somehow evidence that I'm AI. And people also say my voice sounds like AI. And I take that as a compliment for the most part because, you know, it means that I sound professional, maybe kind of wooden or robotic, but I mean, that's just the way I talk. And there's also an aspect to that where in my videos, I do heavy editing to remove silence. And to be honest with you, when I'm actually trying to convey information, not just kind of shoot in the breeze like we're doing on stream here, I often stammer or misspeak or my voice comes out wrong. So, you know, most of the video goes smoothly, but there are certain points, like maybe 3 or 4 points in the video, where I have to re-say something like 4 or 5 times. So obviously I'm cutting that out. But I also, you know, it's a lot more effort than people would usually do. But I cut out all the silence between words, between sentences, to make it flow better, and also because I respect your time. I'm not just trying to farm excuse me. I'm not just trying to farm your view hours. And in the end, you know, if I cut out like 1 to 2 minutes of silence out of a video, that's not going to affect my bottom line like whatsoever. So it really doesn't matter. But I do want to put across that professional level of quality. But yeah, I really don't, you know, like I understand being concerned about content creation being invaded by AI. Like, I mean, obviously I understand that. My last job got destroyed by AI. I don't want to lose this one too, right? But I really do struggle to figure out exactly why I receive this criticism so much. And I'm just going to be completely categorically definitive here. I have never augmented my voice with AI. I have never put in AI videos into my videos. I have never like had AI read a script for me. This is just how I sound. Slightly zesty, baritone voice with good locution, because bitch, I'm college educated. Sorry, like, I mean, I know how to talk. I'm not Eastern European. I'm not some dude who's never left his basement. And welcome to the channel. I gotta tell you today. Hello, this is hello channel. Hello YouTubes. Today we talk about this and that. No, that's not me. I don't do this because it's the only option for me, or because I live in a country that's so poor. I'm essentially the richest man by making $5 a month off YouTube. This is just what I want to do. I may be insane, but this is what I decided I wanted to do with my life. So I'm not your usual YouTuber. I sound different, but I'm not AI. I'm not. Okay, I'll catch up with the chat, and then I can hear my toddler left the sink running in the bathroom, so I should probably address that. Hey, thank you, Kyle. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. AI Spopes will take over Tamriel. Thank you, Jamie P. Confirmed he's an AI car salesman. Yep, okay. Buy my cheap and poorly rendered cars with 6 fingers. Those throat clearings are AI for sure. Yeah, no. I gotta disclose that ever since last winter, I fell off the wagon and I've been smoking cigarettes again. So that's part of it. And then also seasonal allergies. So I've been, yeah, a lot of throat clearing. I apologize that. You think it's because I'm very articulate in Nephallium? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. Like, for the last 10 years before doing this, I was writing every single day. I wrote something like 21 million words over the course of a few different years. That was my job. So I know how to, my brain knows how to process language. And I've been told since I was like a teenager that I have a voice for radio, which usually is a euphemism for you're ugly, but you sound nice. So it's just kind of how I am. Right? It's hot outside your basement. Basements are nice and cool. I remember when I was living in Melbourne. It's not Melbourne, okay, guys? It's Melbourne in Australia. I was there during the summer, which is our winter. And there was one day where it was 118 degrees. and we were staying in Newman College, which is it's beautiful. It's in the Queen's University or whatever it's called. It's in the University of Melbourne, right? Yeah. Queen's College is a separate college. So universities are totally different in the Anglo diaspora world, in the Commonwealth countries, where colleges are distinct entities within universities, and they have like fences between them and stuff. You have to have like a key card to access the different colleges. It's very interesting. But so we were in Newman College, where the dorms, it's a beautiful building down there. Look up Newman College, Melbourne, Australia. But it's all stone. It was previously a monastery, and it was repurposed into dormitories. And so we all just went down to the lower floor, and it was all this cool stone. We all just like laid our backs against the stone. So I understand hiding in the basement because it's hot. I look at a cyberpunk character with my style and smoking a cigarette. That's probably what my neighbors think when they watch me. I have this one neighbor. Man, like, they were really friendly when we moved in, but, I mean, boomers, man, they can be kind of creepy. He sits outside, and whenever we're outside, watches us over the fence. Just watches us. And, like, he could turn his chair any damn direction he wanted. God bless the boomers, but the world will be a much better place when they're all gone. Okay, so there we go. Yes, I am AI. I don't really exist. This hand is fake. My head is fake. My hair, which is way too long, I do know that. I'm getting a haircut next week. I've been putting it off because it's been a busy month, but I'm getting a haircut. Everything about me is fake. You guys caught me. Yeah, I'm struggling to understand what it was about the werewolf video in particular that made people think it was AI. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like that pumpkin guy, but it's all vinyl fencing, right? And our house is kind of up on an incline. So they're down below, and they're like diagonal to us. And they have this nice porch they built out and everything. And he just sits on that porch and looks directly in the direction of our house and just sits there staring. He's not out smoking, so he's just sitting there. His wife smokes a cigarette every once in a while, but he's just always out there, always just gazing at our house. I don't know. I think he's just lonely and wants friends and wants someone to talk to, but like that's not how you do that. That's not going to work. Okay, so I have to take my daughter to a lesson at 1:30. So I really want to get into this now. I've covered the events. I've covered the fact that, yes, I'm so sorry. I am AI. I don't exist. This is the Matrix. You guys are right. Time to put on some trench coats and sunglasses and go do some bullet time because this is the Matrix. I don't exist. But yes. Okay. So we're going to take, it's probably gonna be like a 2 to 3 minute break here. Well, my favorite euphemism for urination is bleeding the lizard. It's just so pleasant to say. So I'm going to go bleed the lizard and rearrange my setup here so I can sit at my desk. I'm on a couch right now. So sit at my desk, and we're going to cover this developer stream, which is probably going to have about 5 minutes of useful information amid an hour and 20 minutes of nonsense and, pop culture references and talking about cats. But we're going to do it together. It's going to be less painful together, and there might actually be some important information in there. So a couple minutes to get everything reset, and I'll be right back. All right. Oh wait, I gotta move my ring light too. There we go. Okay, I was over there, and now I'm over here. Just like magic. I must be AI. Only AI could do that. Okay, so yeah, we are... This is good enough. This will work. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up the Twitch stream here. And it's going to make me sit through an entire minute of ads for completely unrelated stuff that I have no interest in, because Twitch is such an effective platform. They're doing such a great job. Hush, hush. Wait, no. No one asked you to talk yet. Be quiet. Silence. Silence. Okay. So here we are. Okay, let me because I don't have two monitors, you're gonna have a little bit of a insight into my OBS window here. Very, very exciting. So there we go. We got that set up. They just babble incoherently for about 5 minutes to start this out. So that's convenient for us because I can make sure that the audio is properly balanced. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say about their cats.
Okay.
Why? Does
Oh,
it
that's
look
what it is.
silly?
Well, because when you got excited for a second, it started shaking.
Don't
and
laugh
I'm like,
too hard.
is there...
Oh, it's me. It's because I'm leaning on my desk.
Love it.
I won't do that.
Love it.
I won't do that.
Okay, so let's compare
So
my
Baby
audio
Chat
to
said
their
you're the
audio.
Quality of Life Queen. That's your new title.
Aww.
I wish I could change this live because I would delete it and then just change it to that.
Hey, look, I have a tiara somewhere. I could probably throw it on.
That would be
Next time.
amazing.
Next time.
All right. We should probably just go ahead and get started. We have a lot to cover
Yes,
today.
we
We are
do.
going to be swapping halfway once Kira and Carrie are finished talking about all the player experience stuff. We're going to swap over to Finn and Jason to talk about some other things. So we got a whole lot going on today. Right before the stream started,
I think I can
Kira
actually raise
just
their audio a
dropped
little
out of
bit. Man, these streams are so awkward. Yeah. See, the real problem here, before we get into this, is like, okay, so I'm not some misogynist incel. I'm married. I have 2 daughters. I love women. Just the problem here is the men in the studio are no better. Like, there's Nick Giacomini, and like he somehow carries the whole operation, right? It's rough. It's rough. But yeah, when I saw that there's it's literally 4 women at the beginning here, and they're all in key positions of power. I mean, I've looked it up. The players of ESO are 70% male. 70%. So you'd think that the development studio would reflect the demographic of the player base, but it does not. So that's part of my problem here. Now there are some amazing actual like girl bosses out there. But another problem is just how incredibly either toxic or unqualified some of these people are. I'm not going to name names. I don't want to get in trouble for that. But if you've been following the community for a while, you'll know what I'm talking about with the toxicity and the underqualification. So anyway, I'm going to start recording because I'm going to make this into a condensed video, and we'll see what they have to say.
Discord randomly, so hopefully that'll be the only time. And this whole stream will be technically perfect, right? right?
We can only hope.
3 Karens and
We
1
can
queen.
only hope. I think it's just that my computer does not like to have Discord and the internet simultaneously, which seems strange.
Oh, we don't need that
Seems
stuff for
strange.
live streams. It's fine.
No, we don't need the
No.
internet.
Okay, and like, sorry again, but straight off the bat, like, I met with the same frustration that I always have with this, which is I think we give them enough money to equip their staff with at least effective video conferencing equipment. I mean, Gina here, obviously, she has a mirrorless camera. She has my exact microphone, the Elgato Wave 3. You know, my brother, my sister, right? But the rest of them literally have wireless gaming headsets on. And Kira just admitted she's using a laptop with her laptop's built-in webcam. It costs, with a capture card for the camera, and let's say, you know, you get some really high quality USB 3, USB-C connectors, like, total price of equipping yourself with good equipment is gonna be $1,500. $1,500. That's for each of these people, and there's maybe 10 people that they have on these streams that they rotate through, so that's $15,000 that they could easily spend and get rid of this nightmare. It makes them look really unqualified. It provides a low quality experience that is often fraught with technical difficulties. So yeah, that's a frustration of mine.
Not at all.
Before we get started, Jess, you had an update
Yes.
on
So
PTS.
on timing.
here's the
So
cat.
timing things. So to give us a
This is
little
actually
bit
important.
extra polishing time with update 51 stuff. So we are actually moving out the update 51 PTS start date from July 27th to July 27th from July 6th.
This is frustrating me because whenever the PTS comes out, the data mine also comes out because you're able to mine the data on the new cosmetics from the PTS server, which means that's going to be late, which means we're not going to get that for a while. So that's frustrating me that they're pushing the PTS out. There have been lots of delays this year. The Warden delay, it's kind of, I don't know what's going on.
Are hard. This will have some knock-on effect for what you see when that content goes live to the game, and we're going to provide updates on those adjustments as soon as we are able. So we really appreciate your patience. And we want to mention that today because everything you're going to be seeing today is going to be on the Update 51 PTS. Also, Season 1 is still launching on July 8th. No changes there. So all the Thieves Guild content that we've talked about the past few weeks and everything coming with the launch of Season 1 is still happening on July 8th.
Yep. Yeah. And specifically, we have this in the little ticker at the bottom there. Season 0 is going to end at 10 a.m. Eastern, and then Season 1 is going to start a few hours later at 1 p.m. Eastern. So you have a little bit of time in between when one ends and the next one starts. I think Thieves Guild starts at 10 a.m. though, Eastern.
Yeah, so Season 1 and the Thieves Guild quest line, that hasn't been pushed back. That's still happening on July 8th. I'm being neurotic and anxious. I just want to make sure I'm actually recording. Yeah, I'm recording. Okay, we're good.
I need to double check. Anyway, that is still on July 8th. Thieves Guild.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. With that out of the way, Kira, do you want to go ahead and kind of kick things off with some player experience stuff?
I do. I also have a special guest star who's with me today.
I've seen
special
this
guest
guest.
stars. Special guest star.
Kitty Cam.
Only gonna show rump on stream. That's
lovely.
rude.
I did see the tail going by occasionally.
We have pets. Like,
So that's a typical kitty behavior.
every time.
So if she decides to join, I'll let her say hi. But more importantly, we also have Carrie. Carrie is going to help me out for some of the first part because, as we know, I am not so great at talking and showing things off in game. And then I get to hand it over to Carrie to talk about some really exciting stuff that she's been working on. So I'm super excited. I think I might be more excited about that than I am for my team. No, that's a lie. I'm just excited everywhere. So we're gonna talk about U51 player experience improvements. So I
Man,
want to
she scares
start
me.
a little bit by talking about that we've had a little bit of a shift in methodology, right? In what we're thinking about for player experience improvements. Right?
I watched this section yesterday. I don't believe this for a second. I don't buy it at all. What she's about to say is they're focusing on quality over quantity when it comes to player experience improvements, like tackling big things instead of a bunch of small issues, but they tackled some huge stuff in update 49. This just sounds like corporate BS, just trying to make it sound like they're doing more than they are, or uh, uh, covering for the fact they're not doing very much. Because there's like 3 things in update 51, as far as I can tell, which are actually good, but yeah, okay.
Right? U49 was like, let's try and do as much as we humanly can. But it was a lot of little things, right? And it was not only a lot of little things, but it was things that people had been asking for a really long time. And it tended to skew a little bit towards the newer or more casual player experience. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. That's an important part of our player base. But we also want to make sure that we are really getting improvements in for all types of players that we have. So what we have been taking on are some changes that are really focused at those really dedicated or hardcore long-term players. So hopefully you'll see some things that you're excited about today, but we're also working on some longer term, larger scale efforts of long player requested features, one of
Okay.
which we may have teased in the past having to do with, I don't know, maybe guilds and maybe housing. I don't know. Hard to say. We're still not quite ready to talk about that, but we've been making some really good progress in the interim. And the
So what she's saying is they're working on some big changes, but they're not gonna tell us what they are. But this is not a philosophy that's affecting U51. Basically, they're doing just a pittance of player experience improvements in the meantime while they gear up for some huge stuff. We'll see.
other thing that I think has been really incredible to watch over the last, say, 6 months is it's not just our team who's been focusing on a player experience improvements. It's been an incredible studio wide effort, right? There are things like coming up, you saw some in 50 and you'll see a bunch more in 51, really focusing on getting all of those eidetic memory bugs that we've seen or places where you couldn't collect it after the quest in the past. You've seen some of the reorganization of achievements to make those easier to find. You've of course seen the incredible work that the team has been doing with the Dragon Knight and the Werewolf and Two Hand, and there's so many more cool player experience improvements and long requested features that are being delivered across so many teams in the studio that
I mean, I was personally very impressed by the rework of Glenumbra. It is so much fun to hang out in that zone now. It just looks and feels so good. It's weird to me again that this is not being lauded more by the team because that's a huge win. It's something that I think a lot of players absolutely love, but it's just being treated as a footnote or not being mentioned at all. Yes, the class and weapon reworks are great, but they are doing a lot, and a lot of it is really good. Definitely want to say that.
I can't spoil them today. I want to.
Oh,
But,
Kira, we won't
but
tell anyone if you do.
uh,
I
Maybe
think they'll
maybe
tell
one.
folk.
Maybe
No,
one.
maybe. Well, I might be able to give one small spoiler, but I'll save it till the end of our section.
Oh, come on.
Um,
Is it? Are you going to be able to kiss vampires again? Is that? Is it more flirting? Come on.
But so let's talk about what's coming in U51. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to show it off. Going to save that for the good stuff. But as you know, in 50 we added more transmute stations across the world, the Mages Guild transmute stations. Well, we've continued that work in 51, and now we have those transmute stations in Cyrodiil and Imperial City as well. So that you are
Okay.
able to do that. Now, of course, you can't use the transmute stations in Vengeance, but you can in Cyrodiil.
Of course you can't.
They will still be there, just sort of consistent placement. Then the other thing that I wanted to talk about was, oh, but this one we can show. Carrie, would you be my hands?
Sure.
Thank you. So this is an improvement where we are reflecting the way it appears in your collections menu, but when you go to try and navigate to one of your homes, say, for example, if you're doing so from the map or from a way shrine, what we have done is we've reflected your primary home at the top and all your favorites below, right? So that way you don't need to scroll through all the
All
houses
right.
that you have collected for you to be able to
That's
get
cool.
to your primary or to get to one of your favorites. We're just trying to make that a little bit of an easier, more seamless experience. So
That's a
that should
W.
be a nice little change. The next one I want to talk about is, oh my God, hello, kitten.
Hey, don't take the Lord's name in vain.
She's deciding to keep it exciting. Thank you, Kika.
Now they're about to spend a bunch of time talking about the cat's name. Let's just skip
So
ahead.
is she looks like a Russian.
I
I don't know.
A stuffed animal giraffe.
So cute.
Yes,
I love that.
I know. Stay on topic. We're back.
All right, right.
Please.
All right, we're back. Okay, so part of U51, coming with, I believe, incremental 2, Greymoor is going to be included in the base game, which is super exciting in and of itself.
So that's coming in update 51. Greymoor's, I thought that was being added in 52. No, we haven't even heard about 52 yet. Yeah. No, yeah, they did say it was coming in 51. So it says like sometime in the middle of update 51, we're getting Greymoor added to the base game. Great. Then everyone's going to be able to scry and do Antiquities. It's one of the best quests in the game. Comes with a great die, Blackreach Blue. You also can get, I'm assuming that they're including the Reach with this, because they said Greymoor and not Western Skyrim. You'll also be able to get, everyone will be able to get the green die as well. This is coming a little bit faster than I expected, but that's awesome, especially considering what they're gearing up for with the Storms over Skyrim. So nice. Probably around August or so, we will get Greymoor added to the base game.
But also, that means that Antiquities is going to be part of the base game,
Awesome.
which is so awesome. And we really thought that this was an opportunity to make some improvements for the Antiquities experience to make that a little cleaner, a little smoother overall. So there are
What are we
actually
talking
quite a
about?
few changes that we made right here. This one we don't need to show it in game, but we can if you want to run around and show stuff off, Carrie. So the first thing that we have done is we added a quest starter for the Antiquity starter quest. So you can go grab that from. No, it's in the Crown Store.
Oh, the Crown Store.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can grab that. It will take you right there, and then
That's
you can
convenient.
go. begin the Antiquities quest. Some of the things that you'll notice if you're taking part in Antiquities for the first time is that we've really improved that early Antiquities experience, where the whole idea is meant to get you to the fun faster, right? So we've reduced the lead chase for greens by about half and
Oh,
blues and purples by about a third, really trying to get you to your purple
oh,
leads
nice.
much more quickly and making that more enjoyable and
Because that, I mean, that takes forever. Getting to level 7, just running around our TAM for hours and hours, just picking up greens and blues. They reduce the time it's gonna take to do that by half. That is huge. It's gonna make the antiquity system so much more accessible. It's been kind of a meme how much of a grind that is. So nice.
exciting. So, quest starter, get you to the fun faster. Also, we noticed that there was frequently confusion about the antiquarian's eye, right? And the role that plays once you get to a dig site to guide you to where you need to go to dig up
How?
your antiquity.
That's
So
really
what we've
simple.
done is we've made it so that tool just goes ahead, and when you have gotten to a dig site, it gives you a prompt to use the antiquarian's eye to guide you to that dig site. It's just helping reinforce that behavior, making it a little bit
Okay.
fast. So that should make it much faster to be able to follow the eye to get to your dig site. The other
I mean, is it really that hard to just go to your tools and use it though? I guess it's useful for people. I have come across people who didn't know what that even did. So I guess that's good.
changes that we have made for antiquities is antiquities had sort of different standards depending on when they were implemented, and that's changed over time, right? We've wanted to generally be more generous with those, and so what we did is a really big audit of all the antiquities, but particularly any antiquities that came out before High Isle. Were not consistent with the more modern drop rates. So we've really brought up a lot of those older drop rates to be in line with the modern ones. Antiquity leads will drop at their full chance until codex completion rather than only for first drop.
Nice.
And so you'll be able to see a lot more success overall in terms of being able to complete your codex, getting some of those rarer leads. So I think overall some good improvements there.
So antiquity leads are going to have higher drop rates. I think I understood that correctly. It seems like a really simple thing that it was explained with way too many words, but if that is what it is, that's awesome.
Kira,
And that, yes.
sorry, real quick. There was a
Yeah.
question, I kid you not, from somebody in chat, GigaChad. They were asking if this means scrying or antiquities is going to be part of base game now.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Everyone will have
Duh.
access to antiquities, which is really why we wanted to take the time to make this experience as clean, as smooth, and as fun as possible.
How is that not
Another
understood?
fun note is we also updated Gabrielle's outfit because she deserves some fresh threads.
Yes,
It's
I
been a
agree.
while, right?
So there you go. That's the antiquities stuff. What am I talking about next?
Your cat, I'm sure.
I've got one. Let's talk maybe about achievements.
Her her body language is just not human.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Carrie, you also did the work on the achievements reorg, right?
I did. It was pretty great. I've been following them along, doing a progression dungeon group with some friends. We're working on getting all of our trifectas. It's been a blast.
So one of the things that we've heard requested for a long time is for folks to have a way to pin their achievements.
I did already hear about this. We've known about this since April, actually. This is great. Obviously, I wish there was more in U51, but this alone is amazing. You're going to be able to pin achievements. Let's hear them Talk about it.
So that's now something that you can do. Carrie's showing it in game. Here you can see this pinned achievement. You can see that it has a progress bar showing you what it needs. Now, I will tell
Oh,
you
there's a
there are
progress
some
bar
space
too.
concerns here, right? Some of these achievements have a huge list of things, but what you will see is it will show the top 3 incomplete achievements, and when you naturally complete the first
Okay.
achievement, it'll just drop to the next one in
Man,
that
that's
achievement
nice.
group, right?
That's nice.
Yeah. So there are some limitations of the system right now. Right now, you can only
So-
pin one achievement at a time. But like you see here, you can pin one of these
Stoked for
high-level
this.
achievements that have multiple things inside of them.
This would have been so good
We will
for
be looking at
farming
being able
Anu
to
White.
pin more achievements in the future, but that's not in for 51. So the other thing that is quite nice is, it can look a little bit maybe busy over there if you have pinned your achievements and you have your quest journal as well. So one of the new features that we have coming for this update, because I completely blanked on what number it was and just said this update.
51.
Thank you. Now, before we show off this new feature, I wanna give a little bit of context about what you're going to see. This new feature that I'm going to show you is going to be coming to PC only for this update to start.
Boo.
The reason that is happening is because we are actively working on crossplay. Crossplay has a lot of UI requirements, and this was a very UI heavy feature. So in order to sort of use our resources as efficiently as we can, what you will see is going to be PC only to start, and that is our edit HUD system. So, Carrie, you'll see it's right here in the escape menu. You can just go ahead and click Edit HUD Beta. That beta is part of how we're calling out that it is PC only to start. Not every single element is on here, but we're making really good progress, and I think it's pretty exciting. So,
Cool.
as you can see, you can just start, grab, and drag and drop and move your various elements around. One of the really nice things about how this has been implemented is as soon as you touch something, it'll bring up the menu for that, and it'll say, hey, here are some of the associated settings that you can do. You can break apart your resources, you could put them in a stack. For your trackers, you can split apart your trackers, so you could pull your pinned achievements out and track them separately from your general quest journal tracker. Move those around, adjust them the way that you want. So you can really set up your
return to
screen
default button
the way that you would like. You can also use the X and Y coordinates in the game if you want to sort of nudge them and to be pixel perfect and set them exactly the way you want. Once you have those trackers separated, you can recombine them. Sorry, Carrie, if I'm going too fast.
I'm going.
You're great. Other things that you can do with this edit HUD. So if you go to the lower right corner, Carrie, there are a bunch of elements there, but if you just click through them, you can click, and it'll switch to all the sort of different ones through there. The other thing that you can do is if you go back to that main window in the center, that list, you can just click it and everything is lifted alphabetically. And it'll show you what it's highlighting and where. You can also just flip through the left-right arrows as well if you would like. One of the things I think is really nice is we've started to expose some of the settings that go along with this. So if you click your ability bar, thank you. You can go ahead. Yeah, your ability bar. You can go ahead and set if you want that to be always show or auto, right? a lot of these more common settings that were stashed away in various menus
Okay,
are now easier to find and adjust for you.
that's good.
So what we have done is we have gone ahead and made this setting account wide. So if you have a preferred setting, you only need to set it one time. You don't have to set it per character. But we do know that some people may want different setups for different characters. So in the future, one of the things we are looking at potentially doing is profiles. Now, again, that's not for U51. It's just
Okay.
going to be account wide. You set it and you forget it for now. But that is something that we are considering doing as well. Also, something we're considering doing in the future. Again, your feedback matters. We want to hear what you like about this feature, what you'd still like to see, all that good stuff. And tell us on the PTS especially, but tell us anytime. We love to hear feedback and continue to implement and improve. The other one that we're looking at may be things like being able to change the go vertical instead of horizontal with your various resource bars. But again, these are things that we're thinking about for the future. I just wanted to show you this is what it looks like right now.
That is awesome, Kira. I saw a question from chat. If you know this one, does this allow you to entirely hide certain elements, or is that not part of this initial phase?
Not part of this initial phase.
Okay.
Yep. And there's some smart things done to sort of protect
you
you from bad states. You shouldn't be able to move anything entirely off the screen. If you do move things, you can always press the reset all to get
there
it
is a
back
reset
to
all
where
button.
it needs to go.
Cool.
So those are just some sort of protections that the team has put in place to make sure that you can't lose something.
There was somebody in chat who had a really good idea of being able to share.
I don't care.
And being able
to share. Yeah. Doing awesome things
right now. But the plan is to eventually bring it to console.
Yep, that is the plan.
In the future.
We'll get the console eventually.
Yes. Again, it's all about the feedback that you get. Paradigm. Yes.
Things on PTS we need to
see,
so right? Or did you have more?
I actually do know that this has so add-on makers can hook into this so that they can even further play with
so it's compatible with
add-ons
here. Okay.
That's awesome.
Right on.
Yes. I don't have Slack open. Normally people are giving me SPUs as well. So for example, we're doing some updates to the level up rewards. Again, this is something, achievement pinning is very much for our longer term, players, those who really want to get everything done, or who are looking to try and get a certain reward for an achievement.
I mean, I guess, but I wouldn't say it's just hardcore sweats who care about achievements, because you get good stuff from these that even casuals or new players would want. I'm not sure they really figured that out properly. Anyway.
But level up rewards, there's still a place where due to how some data is cached that it's giving up respec scrolls. We don't need those in there anymore.
That's true.
And also, we really want to be thoughtful about when we're sending new players to dungeons to make sure that they're having the best possible experience. So that's something that we're probably going to move to a little later in the level up rewards process as well, to just try and get them some more experience, more time understanding combat, more familiarity overall.
Wait, that's going to totally mess up the leveling process, though, because once I get to level 10, I always start doing dungeons. Are they saying we're not going to be able to access group dungeons until later on the levels? That would be a huge L. Please don't do that.
And that's the big stuff. And so now it's the Carrie show. Yeah.
Oh no.
No, it's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
Okay. So I guess I'm getting in the meat potatoes of hybridization. Is that what you're implying here?
Yes.
Let's do
hybridization.
Hybridization. Okay, here we go. I have a big old list, so I don't make sure I
think we already know most of this. Her voice is really loud. Let me know if it's too loud.
don't miss anything. overall, hybridization is coming with U51. We're finally finishing our multi-year initiative for hybridization. And what that means is the duality of sourcing for our offensive stats, our weapon damage, our spell damage. We started the dynamic choice on what stats you are for your damage
Yeah,
output
I
and
gotta lower the
calculation, but
volume.
not
She's
all
way
things
too
in the
loud.
game. We're dual sourcing for
Whoops.
player-facing abilities, item sets, bonuses, keep benefits, and so forth. So what we've done here is gone through everything that's missing, and we finally had the dual sourcing. So there are 3 major categories, one of which is extra near and dear to my heart, which I will get there, that we are doing the dual sourcing. So let me get through those. The first one is Mundus Stones. Mundus Stones had the Warrior and Apprentice Mundus Stones that have been consolidated. So the Warrior now gives your weapon and your spell damage, and now your Apprentice gives increased experience in crafting inspiration gain. This is
Okay, in
different than
Latin,
our
it is
training trait on
mundus.
your gear, because
Just
this works
saying.
for all experience gain. So your quest turn-ins, your LFG benefits, not just monster kills. So they each have their different benefits based on what activity you're doing to level. You could use them combined to really optimize your leveling experience. These things will
Yeah,
stack and
we already
use
know about
with
all this.
experience scrolls,
I covered this
racial
in a video
passives,
already.
champion stars, and all those fun
I'm
things.
just gonna skip ahead. I don't
But
have
the
time for
Apprentice
this.
Mundus Stone is now new. This will be a source brutality, so unique to the table, and these will provide benefits to group members. So Elder Dragon and the Nightblade Hemorrhage from the Assassination skill line exploit to bring the of those traits is we have your Water Hyacinth. Water Hyacinth actually used to have increased weapon damage or increased weapon critical and increased spell critical. But since those are consolidated, we now have a whole. So we have now the critical, which is actually the missing trait here. And instead we've inserted new alchemical trait behaviors. So to fill in some of those gaps as we reorganize this, we actually took the opportunity
This
to
woman is
expand the
Velma
alchemy
coded.
system with 5 new alchemical traits to lead to fun and unique potions.
Okay, are we gonna figure out what they are?
Traits are increased critical damage done or force. So we're now getting force in a potion where people typically do like Warhorn in a trial. You can now do that in a potion. Major mending for those healers for your healing done. Reduced mending is now a unique named buff. It's brand new called Major Vexation because it's really annoying to reduce the healing that you do. It provides a nasty
Jinkies.
poison and Cyrodiil. If you want to survive and you're having that, oh crap, moment I'm about to die, you can actually get yourself out of things with a damage shield potion, which is pretty beefy.
No, we already know this. This is already covered in the article. I covered it in a
that you would have
in a
everything
video.
say like essence of magic. One thing we did to make things easier is that one of the pain points when you're in your menu is that you would have everything say like essence of magicka
I'm liking
or
this
restore
stuff.
health, and they could have a unique and expensive trait to it. You turn in your daily crafting writ and it eats it, and you're like, crap, I used my expensive potion for my daily writ. That is no longer the case, and we have now updated our priority order for naming these potions to make it easier for you to experience that. So examples of that, we still have the essence of health for the trice pot.
None of this is new, except now we're seeing some of the new artwork for these potions. But again, this has already been covered. We've already heard all this.
You now have essence of power, which used to be spell power or weapon power.
But the new imagery for the potions does look good. I'll say that much. You know, in like this 360p format we're seeing here.
Power, it's now just power. Go. You can also start having an example easy as to heroism. Palette field get up 4, so you go cult city vote. You can wood nodes and all.
Okay, now we're getting to the new ingredients. We actually haven't heard about this yet.
Going to be to make some of these possible. However, we're also taking the opportunity to introduce 4 new alchemical reagents. These are going to be sourced throughout our U51.
Okay, so they're called cultivated cryopods, Daedra blood maggots. Oh god. Fossilized verminous bones and winter's grave tongue. And no, Cephaliarch, they have not talked at all about the Warden rework, which I'm finding kind of concerning. But we'll see about that.
Activities and features along with the base game, so you get them in your hirelings, your tribute boxes, your event boxes, heavy stacks all over the place, but they're also scattered throughout. So cultivated crypt pods as a teaser, coming from Soul of Dungeons. The Daedra blood maggots are coming out of Imperial City sewers. You kill those Daedra in Imperial City,
That makes
you get
sense.
the maggots coming out of them, which we thought was thematic.
Ew.
I mean, make sense is gross.
Yes.
Editorial had fun with that one. There was a big heated vote debate. These got to be voting on by some internal devs, who was a lot of fun. Fossilized verminous bones are going to come out of your base game treasure chest map. So using those treasure maps that you've been hoarding for a long time, you can find now in the fossilized remain in those treasure chests. And then the Winter's Grave Tongue is a ingredient that you can find in your snowy biomes, harvesting off of wood nodes, and also killing undead and Draugr mobs give you a chance to drop them. These are going to be required for some of the combinations that are coming out of the PTS bag, but overall, not only are we now finally sourcing both your weapon damage and your spell damage, your weapon critical and your spell critical, we're now providing new and unique ways to experience the content that you never before did.
Yeah, what you're saying is really interesting, Jim McKenna. Or Jimmy McKenna. So they actually kind of started doing this in the night market, where you could get one-use items that gave you access to certain abilities. I believe that was the night market. There's also something kind of similar in Infinite Archives. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had one-time use spell scrolls come into the game like we had in, Oblivion, Skyrim, etc. And that'd be really good in my opinion.
I'm really excited about it because you can make healer potions, you can make tank potions in a way that I've always wanted to have.
This had some really nice functionality. Sorry,
It sounds like she actually plays the game, this Carrie person.
Kara, go ahead.
No, I was jumping in there. But Carrie, I saw some people ask, what about old potions?
What about them?
In the name opens chemicals longer.
We don't need the
How do we
Q&A
finish hybridization? One of the reasons it's really been a while is the amount of effort left to do this was overwhelming and terrifying, and it was this really big effort. And as we've talked about previously, when we were making chapters, we're really on this treadmill that doesn't give us as much time to go back and revisit things and give them the love that they need.
Okay, this is interesting. So again, the previous leadership at the studio was just pushing and pushing and pushing for the new crappy content, and that's why they couldn't finish hybridization until now. I was guessing that. It's good to get the confirmation though that they're finally able to go back and fix the game now. That's just, amid all the silliness, that is just such a point of incredible relief that they're really able to fix the game in its underpinnings now because of the new leadership model. So that's great to hear.
And Carrie took the time during one of our studio game jams to really sit down and solve this problem, which is, wow, we are able to get it into the game today, which I think is so came out of
Great.
to get
Next.
it.
So I love that.
I love it.
There are another couple of efforts that did come out of Game Jam that will be potentially arriving in an early version in U51. That is not called out here, so there's more to see, more to this.
That's why it's a spoiler.
Vociferously for some time. And we have
great
one
word, Kara. Wow.
Thank you. And I am going to give you one derpy screenshot and see if you guys can figure out what it is.
What's going on?
You'll see why it's derpy.
Where is it? Huh? Is it that Ember has a health? Oh, you're going to be able to put helmets on your companion. Oh, nice. Okay, this is it's like a tiny thing, right? But you're going to be able to put a helmet on your companion. Excellent.
That face.
That's great.
Seen some
Good.
some stuff, right?
People have been asking for this for a long time.
I saw it too.
Yep. But there is some good stuff coming in U52.
Oh,
In
you know what? I
addition,
think I saw it too.
you
Now that
did.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking back,
No,
and I
it's
saw
it's
some
pretty
in there,
obvious.
and I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah, we're
Not
Turn, they are not in that regard. Scribed abilities. So scribing is also hybridized.
nice.
In those remaining abilities and item sets were already hybridized, so they are not in that regard. But I saw that question pop up a few times.
pivoting from last week and just kind of making it all happen today and always. Do not other stuff.
Okay, they done? Yeah, okay, they're done with that section. We're on to the next section. We have a nice
Music. So
big intermission here.
All right.
All right, so we are on to the next section. We moved on from the player experience stuff to something else. We'll find out what.
All right. Wasn't that nice music? I was just saying when we were switching over, like nobody else,
It was intense.
nobody on our end was hearing it, but yeah, it was like
We
a
missed
lot
it.
of like woo. I think it was what music was it? I just have it saved in OBS as piano music, so like I don't remember where it came from.
Nailed it.
But it was nice, right?
Okay, how are we doing with the audio balance?
All
now?
right, so we have Jason and Finn here now to talk a little bit about what their teams have been working on this past month and just some content coming in the near future. Yeah. So Finn, do you want to go first?
Finn is always so loud.
Sure.
Take it away.
Jason's
So
even louder this
first, I
time.
wanted to talk a little bit about, we've had some features come out. Night Market went away, and I wanted to touch a little bit on some data that we're going to have about Night Market.
Do we really
That
care?
I thought would be pretty just.
Do we
fun
care
little
about
fun
Night
facts
Market
about Night
data?
Market.
No, we don't. Come on.
So to kick that off, we'll go with the most monster deaths in editions, which
whatever.
means this is what and pretty cool little fun facts that came out. I think we have some more stuff that we're going to reveal a little bit later with it. But needless to say that everybody that partook of Night Market, it was a pretty big hit, and
Yep.
we're really excited and happy to see
Cheap gaming
people, so we can't wait to bring
mic
it back.
headsets.
The next little bit of fun facts that I have is for challenge difficulty.
Oh, for fuck's sake, nobody cares.
So 5 days, we've seen actually more people play on Vestige than Master, and I think that spiked over the week. The content that I'm in, and
the mood you're in, maybe,
and the class that I'm on, or the how geared out I am. I generally am on Vestige until I run.
I don't think they're going to talk about Warden here, but we don't need any fun facts, okay? We
into
make an
something that I
infographic.
can't, like which is a delve and solstice, like. But yeah, I will drop it back on the master in terms of what people are doing. I remember when it first went live.
Yeah.
Just regular ones have mechanics.
Yes.
Very specific change one. Okay. We do have. I've talked a little bit about solo dungeons, and you can jump to the screen when you
solo dungeons
when you want, so you can see it in game. So, this is solo Moonhunter Keep. So I've jumped in here to give you kind of like a little bit of what is kind of what you can expect in here. So when you come in here, it's going to look like Moonhunter Keep. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, we're not fundamentally changing. It's not a completely different dungeon or anything like this. But there are some very, very specific changes to it. The first being, if you see that icon on the top of my screen, that's a repeatable quest icon. The quest within the solo dungeon is repeatable. So every time you come in here, you can repeat it and do it over and over again and get that thing. That's not something you normally have for dungeons.
Day, right?
Dungeons normally there's a skill point that you get for it, so you don't repeat that quest. But in this, you can get the story and do it whenever you want. And the second big thing that I want to talk about is I've touched on a little bit, is when you walk into a solo dungeon, there's ways that you can select and change your difficulty, and that's going to be in these undaunted pieces of armor. These are meted misfortunes. It's going to be the same kind of pile of undaunted things in here, which is really cool. Oh, yeah. The quest is the same, so you're going to see that. But you can see it's a collection of the different various undaunted helms and shoulders and armors and stuff like this. But if you click on it, you're going to see it's going to have 3 of these difficulties that you could choose. And you can choose anywhere from 1, 2, or 3, and it's going to change how you play in here. So If you choose Warm Welcome, enemies deal double damage and inflict major wounds. And then it also tell you a little bit about
Oh,
the
this is cool.
rewards that you have here that you can get. One of the big things, I think I've talked about it before.
If it wasn't in
but there is
240p, you'd be able to
there's
see
new
it.
monster masks that are going to be available in here that you can only get in the solo dungeons.
That's
And
literally
it's
unreadable.
actually one of the biggest fonts for gold companion
like
gear that
Braille.
you're going to be able to come in here and
Oh,
do.
gold
So
companion
you
gear?
will be able, and depending on how many of these difficulties you
Really?
select, because they do stack, you will it'll increase your chances of getting
Oh, this is actually
the
pretty
good
cool.
stuff.
You know, to Thugga, I don't have a master writ guide. I should probably make one.
It's awesome. You know, one of the things I've seen is I think there's a misconception or maybe just a belief among some that like solo dungeons means casual, easy, but you can do it on the harder modes too if you want to really
Yes.
challenge
Yeah.
yourself.
So what? Very much into to that point. It's very much initially. I mean, that's what we want for the no debuffs selection, right? We want you to come in here if you are not somebody that wants to kind of like push your don't
Irrelevant.
and all of these are bespoke to the dungeon that they're in. So it's not like you come in here and Warm Welcome is going to be available in March of Sacrifices, which is the other one.
Okay.
There's going to be 3 unique debuffs that you choose that you
That's
can
pretty
choose
cool.
in
I like
each of
this.
those, in each of the dungeons.
So
Good.
I see a couple people in chat saying
No, we don't need chat
So
responses.
yes, and you're not actually going to be able to get all the gold pieces right off the bat from these. Like these dungeons are going to drop specific gold pieces.
What have you done,
So
Gina?
it's not like you can just run these 2 dungeons forever and then you get you can then you know, get all your companions kitted out in gold gear. As we release more and more solo dungeons, we're going to open up more and more gold companion gear
Yeah.
that's going to be available.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, there's so many good questions in chat. I don't think we have time to get through all of them. People are asking if there's going to be rankings, if they can bring in companions.
You can bring in companions.
You
Of
can.
course you can
Okay.
bring
Bring in
companions.
companions. Yes, that is part of it. Is we are companions are going to be in here. There
Come on, let's get to the good stuff.
Holders that drop has a monster helm for her in here. I think that we had one. I think it shows in here. Who's it? It's Mylene Mooncaller. Has a monster helm for her in here. Helm and shoulder.
You can't read it.
So, and the I believe it's the Indrik and March of Sacrifice.
Oh, if it looks like an Indrik head, that'd be cool.
Well, I know we on our end are on a little bit of a time crunch because some of us
Yeah,
have
me
hard
too.
stops. By some of us, I mean Jason. So, Jason, do you want to go ahead and talk a bit about? It is your fault, and now
I'm sorry.
You have a pretty.
They're always so mean to Jason. I don't get it. Like, is it just his personality? But they are always dunking on him. It just kind of gets boring, honestly.
Solid 25 minutes to go through Nowhere Vault,
All right.
formerly known as Sage's Vault.
Wait, they renamed the Sage's Vault to the Nowhere Vault? Is this like the vault under Courage the Cowardly Dog's house? Why'd they rename it? I like Sage's Vault. That was fine.
Yeah, I will get through at least 10% of it.
His voice is so loud.
We'll get through it. All of it. Okay.
I'm gonna have to take it down a little bit.
About the name change? Has that gone out yet?
No.
I think in the article for this stream it did.
Yeah, we've been as we're actively working on it, the name has changed back.
It's been a little bit since we've
something. And what this version that's going to launch with update 51 will be is a new type of gameplay where you essentially will go into this hub area with all these different wings that you can enter. There's randomized rooms within it, and each of them have a unique challenge. I'll kind of talk through that as I'm showing some of this off. But essentially, it's a new type of content. We've never really done this before. It's filled with just different types of gameplay, whether there is some combat, but there's also navigational puzzles, traversal puzzles, stealth puzzles, thinking challenges. Like, it's just every room.
Yeah, we already know what this is. And now his voice got quieter again. I can't keep up with these people. We already know all about
kind of has
this.
its own sort of mini game with it. And then as you complete the room, you get rewards and treasure and loot and all that good stuff. And there's some surprises
I bet
and
Gina
fun
reduces
activities
mic
hidden
volume.
throughout as well.
Yes, we know.
Should see my. If you want to share the screen, are we shared yet?
Yep.
I can show exactly where it's at. All right, everyone.
Chicken tender dance
this.
time. What? Okay.
Should see my beautiful Khajiit character.
We see you.
All right, cool.
Ooh,
This is
chicken
where it
tender dance
is.
time.
Congrats. No, so you will find this located inside of the Glonumbra Thieves Den that will be opening soon. There's a new section over here called the Nowhere Vault that you can see at any time. Also, if you zoom out to this, it is also in the Outlaws Den areas too, so you'll be able to track it down and find it fairly easily. Couple of things to call out. Let me get my notes here. This is Early. Early is our guide through the Nowhere Vault and will be helping us out in our adventures. I can say hi. I'm going to try to avoid spoilers, but you get to see Early.
That's
a
a
little
cool
bit here.
character.
Early is a good friend and a construct of the Sage Vornet.
That's a really great design. I'm gonna raise their volume a little bit again because I think his volume got nerfed. Let's double check that.
And they essentially will help guide us through, kind of give us a
Yeah, we're good
tutorial
now.
when you first go in there, so you have an understanding of what the rules are, how things work, etc., etc. We want to at least give you some guidance as you walk through the area instead of just throwing you in randomly and hoping for the best. So I'm going to skip through a bunch of this stuff so you don't have to get spoiled. Whoops, I didn't go far enough. Avoid spoilers. So one thing I do want to talk about here, one of the interesting things about the the entrance to the vault specifically, as well as the vault itself, is in order to enter and partake in these different challenges, you're going to need a new item known as the Wondrous Nowhere Key. These are actually already dropping when update 50 went live. They may have a different
Really?
name that's a little mysterious, and you will find them all throughout the world doing different types of activities, including various
Maybe I've gotten some of these.
thieves-related
I just
stuff,
didn't notice.
delve bosses, other things like that. They're going to start dropping. Once update 51 goes live, that's going to open up even more. You're going to
I think
see
actually I have
more
seen these.
ways to get them, including the dynamic encounters, rumors, favors, things like that. So they're going to be all over. The intent is not to make them super rare, and that you can collect a bunch of these. We'll monitor PTS feedback once we go there to see how they feel.
Okay.
But it's meant to be like, hey, I got a treasure Wondrous Nowhere Key. I can go in, I can do a room, and I can get some loot. And if I gather a bunch of them, then I can do a bunch of the rooms at once.
It looks like we're not going to hear anything about Warden in this stream. We're just going to hear about the Nowhere Vault, which used to be called the Sage's Vault. I don't know how interested I really am in that. Well, let's keep going.
The vault itself can be done from anywhere from 1 to 4 players, so it's not a solo only thing. So if you want to go in there as a group, you can. The cool thing about the keys too is you only need one to open the door. So if you all bring in a bunch of keys, only one person has to use it and it'll open the door for everyone. So if you all come in with a 4-person group and have a bunch of keys, you're probably going to be able to run all the rooms together and do a bunch of cool stuff. And yeah, so that's it is group friendly, solo friendly. Do it however you want. So we're going to go ahead and enter inside of this and then start talking a little bit about how it works and show off some of the interesting things that we're doing here.
Okay.
do-
Anytime.
And yeah, this area is less about combat and more about
Yeah, there's
thinking,
some
I guess.
combat related stuff, but
Looks
there is a
cool.
lot of various
But it's not like, Dragon
challenges
Star
that
Arena
are
or something,
yeah. It's like if you can do combat, you'll be fine. But each combat challenge kind of has something unique about it as well. So, again, avoiding spoilers, but to complete everything, you will notice this giant broken orrery in the center of the room. That is going to obviously possibly be rebuilt over time. But as you enter these, to kind of show this off, so at launch we have 3 different wings, and each of these wings has its own unique set of rooms that are randomized, different themes, different gameplay in each of them that should give you a unique challenge. When you use them, you'll find these pedestals and you'll consume a nowhere key. And again, this only will take one from the player using it, not the entire group. And then you'll be able to enter into this area.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple rooms without really spoiling anything here. But I want to kind of just give people a couple opportunities to kind of see what some of the rooms and challenges that await them are.
All right, we're going nowhere.
No.
So this particular room is known called the Hunt of the Watchers. Not going to give anything away, but essentially there are a bunch of invulnerable watchers that will path and be stationed throughout this area. You have to stealth around, sneak, and figure out how to open the passageway while doing this giant stealth puzzle. There's also kind of secrets hidden within the room itself. And if you get caught, they will try to teleport you back or kill you, depending on what they are, but you cannot kill them or take them down. So it is a matter of doing your best stealth impressions, avoiding everything in your way, and seeing if you can figure out how to get through the little maze that will get you to the other side. There may be also sky shards hidden throughout some of these rooms, as well as a number of special treasure chests that you can find as you do each of the rooms. And again, every time you kind of come into these positions, and some of the things will change and be randomized, so the experience is a little bit different every time you do it. So that is one of the rooms. And again, I'm just showing a small handful, not all of them. This one is called the Fungal Chasm. So essentially, this is another interesting room, and your goal is to figure out how to get out of here. You're going to notice there's not a whole lot of
so it's an escape room.
places that you can just walk to. And there might be poisonous plant or poisonous mushrooms and fireballs that are shooting at you. But essentially...
Oh my god, it's a Mario stage.
They're plants. Just saying, they're plants.
Mushroom plants.
I was thinking Aladdin when he's trying to get the lamp, and it's like, oh, yeah. See if you can figure out how to escape.
But again, secrets will be hidden throughout these rooms, finding special ledges, finding things that are out of the way. Like, each room is really, we're encouraging players to go and explore it a lot, to try to find different things, find each of the secrets within it.
I like this more than the stealth
get to the
idea.
other side without dying over and over. One of the things I will say about these rooms, because I have played games where I get 3/4 of the way through it and I die horribly, and I start back at the beginning and my controller or my mouse ends up on the other side of the room. There are checkpoints throughout these. So essentially, as you progress to certain points, you will checkpoint. You will not. That way, you don't have to start all the way over at the beginning. It's been a blast actually coming through here and watching like my group mates when we've done internal tests, like fall into the lava and die horribly, and laugh at them, and then quickly also fall when I miss a jump or something like that. These are also built to encourage people to use their abilities and skills. So if you have skills that are movement based and things like that, absolutely use them.
I do really like the general idea of this, where jump puzzles, stealth, like they're trying new things, and I really like that.
There are different paths you can take that are blocked off based on when you come into it. And just like the other rooms, there's a bunch of randomization that will occur. So every time you go through here, like obviously there's a finite set, but when you come through here, it's a different experience. And you have to kind of navigate and figure out your way through these as you go along.
So it sounds like there might be multiple ways to go to find your way through.
Into this for like a second wave type of thing, I would have through it. So yeah, you can kind of take your time for now to get through the come out with the thieves rushed. I know how stressful that can be. So
same.
All right, let's jump to another area. Yes, there's a bunch of unique rewards, by the way, that we have in here mixed up.
There's a sky shard,
including some of the relic pieces that you need for the mythic item that'll come out with the Thieves Guild. I believe we have some skill styles, a bunch of other stuff, and then one thing we'll talk about at the very end that's really special. So this is the Moonlit Isles, another area that really is even a bigger jump than you would expect. This is actually one of our puzzle areas. So you have to figure out how to get to the center area. But in order to do that, you have to look around for special switches that exist on various platforms in hidden areas. And when you click on them, those are timed. So you'll basically
Oh boy,
think of the Mario Red Coin challenges. So you
this
get a
might
Oh
be too
yeah.
switch,
stressful
the
for
bridge
me.
appears, you have to haul your butt to get to the other side before it vanishes. Um, it is somewhat forgiving. Again, through PTS feedback and internal playtests, we're going to continue to tweak the numbers. We don't want to make it feel like if you don't have the most, greatest reflexes in the world that you're not going to be able to get through this. It's really more intended to be about the challenge of figuring out the puzzles of how all the bridges connect to each other and how you ultimately end up on the final platform over.
The problem is, like, day one, people like me are gonna have content explaining this, so the puzzle's kind of out the window, but it's a cool idea at least.
Here. So again, more about puzzles, traversal stuff, things like that. That's really kind of
I
the
haven't seen
theme.
any
And
combat so
these are
far.
essentially just, a couple of the rooms that you're going to encounter. And then this one we call the sinking courtyard.
Quicksand, huh?
Essentially, think the floor is lava.
Yeah,
So you are going to be navigating tornadoes, things trying to knock you off, and trying to essentially
this
find
looks
these
cool.
crystals once you start the challenge up.
Okay.
And if you touch the sand, you may get sucked under. So there's kind of a fun like mini game here
I like this one
where
the
you have
best,
to
I
figure
think.
out, how to navigate it, how to get through the challenges, and how to find all these crystals in time.
Hmm.
So again, we'll continue to tweak and adjust the various numbers, but there's certain strategies you'll use to get through
This
this
is a really
area.
cool new feature.
And
I'm
again,
I'm
a
stoked
lot
for
more kind
this.
of exploration based and just uh, interesting things that will throw in your way to try to navigate through it. But that's not the only type of room you're going to come across. Occasionally, you're going to find what we're calling these, I guess, resting rooms, areas in the world that don't have a unique challenge, but when you explore
Interesting.
them and interact with the NPCs, you get clues about some of the hidden secrets of the Nowhere Vault. Um,
Okay.
Finding out little hints of how to achieve what we're calling like secondary or secret goals, because every room in the vault has a secret and you have
Mm.
to figure out what that secret is. We are not holding your hand. As a matter of fact, we fully expect players to take a little bit to figure these secrets out. However, knowing the community, it's probably going to get figured out
Yeah,
sooner than we expect.
there are gonna be
Um,
videos immediately.
some secrets will be linked to other rooms, so you'll have to figure something out and then pull out whatever you find or discover to bring it to another room and then discover that secret. It's all chained into one giant puzzle, and you have to uncover what the vault is ultimately about, and then what that big reward is at the very end of all of it. So
Cool.
um, not only are you going through here and can just play this as a like I'm going to run through and I'm going to get a bunch of loot because every room, like I said, once you complete its primary objective, you're going to get a special chest. Everyone gets their own unique chest. Um, but this is kind of layered on underneath of it all and gives you that extra reason to come back.
Really looks cool too.
Two other special surprises that you'll find when you're going through here, and we're not going to show them, but you have a chance when using a key and opening a portal to come across something called the jackpot room. A jackpot room is exactly what it sounds like. So you're going through the vault and you come across a jackpot room, and there's one of two types of rooms that you can come across. One is a resource room. Essentially, think of this area that is filled with tons of different like mining resources and heavy sacks, and just kind of all throughout the area
Hmm.
that you can go and loot to your heart's content. Um, And the other room is kind of a vault treasure area where there's going to be tons of different treasure chests that you can go and get tons of loot and gold and stuff like that throughout the
Nice.
area too. So it is very
Is this sounding like super dynamic? It's gonna be different every time. They put a lot of thought into it. We'll see. I mean, it's not really up my alley. I'm not like a huge like stealth and puzzle guy. Usually when I'm playing Zelda, I'll do all the bosses and my wife will do the puzzles. But I really respect what they're doing here, and I'll probably have a lot of fun doing it.
almost like roguelike for anyone who's played those types of games.
Oh, Jason's audio is gone. Wait. Yeah, I can hear the rest of them. I think. Wait, what happened here?
Sense.
Can you hear
I
me?
think they can only hear Gina.
Okay, there we
Hold on,
go.
Something
Oh,
just came back
I'm
online.
talking.
Can you all
You
hear?
can't hear me?
I can hear you
No.
guys now.
Technical difficulties right at the
Yeah?
end.
Yeah.
Not.
No one's screaming, saying anything of sort. So hopefully there's a little bit for everyone when it comes to furnishing plans. The crap out of them, like they're meant, which just encourages repeatability, right? Coming in here doing these as many times as you want, there's always a chance to get those jackpot rooms and just farm the crap out of them. Like they're meant to be like treasure
Cool.
rooms, where again, whether it's resources or treasure and like loot, furnishing plans, things like that. We're sourcing a ton of different things in these treasure chests, so hopefully there's a little bit for everyone when we come to it. So that's something I'm really excited about, and because it's just a happy little fun thing when you go through and you're like, oh crap, I got a jackpot room. So really fun.
Cool.
All right, since we're wrapping up, I'm gonna show you one more thing. Spoiler alert, I'm not giving anything away from the story. This is the end of the tutorial quest. You're going to see this, but if you want to avert your eyes, in your ears, I guess. I don't know how you avert your ears, but I guess cover them, whatever.
I can just take my earbud out apparently, and
Yeah,
nobody can
exactly.
hear
It'll
me.
disconnect all of us. So what do you get if you figure out the puzzle and the secret of the Nowhere Vault? Well, Sage Vornet has a secret prize at the end of this.
And it's, of
that
course, in
you can only
240p,
earn
so you can't
by
see it.
uncovering the specific, or uncovering and
Is that a
solving
mount?
the puzzles of the Sage's Vault. Or Nowhere Vault, sorry, I'm even messing that one up. And this is our little friend here.
It's a pretty
the
weak mount.
Clandreny Griffin mount.
I'm sorry, but
It
it's
is
not.
a unique mount specifically for the Nowhere Vault, and you just need to figure out how to bring these wards down, and it'll be up to you and the community and talking amongst
Pretty
yourselves
boring
to
mount,
figure
not
that
gonna
out.
lie.
Because the cute little boy needs to be rescued, and I have faith that all of you will rescue and will be seen riding through the lands of Tamriel on this beautiful creature here. So
Okay, well, I don't want
I
it.
love that. I know.
It's like that game.
all right.
What?
Is like the super high drop rates to the Nowhere version of the Nowhere Vault. When it hits PTS, we're going to be watching feedback really closely. What we've
Yes,
that we're
yes.
focusing on is just listening to the feedback stuff
In
Listening to
chat that I
feedback.
wanted to cover real quick.
down.
That's a good way to put it. It works a lot like an instance. So if the,
Dave constantly having to redo
Gina's
all the
walking away. I think it's
secondary
over.
puzzles every time.
Give it July 20. I know.
It's their own unique. I always
Oh,
hear
come on. Here's the dog.
over the
Exactly.
back.
It's next up. Like, that's fine. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we're done
All right,
here.
folks. Thank you so
Yep.
much for joining today's stream.
Yep, Gina's calling it. We're done.
We'll see everyone next time.
All right, so
Thank
I'm gonna stop
you.
the recording. That's gonna be a fun editing later. All right, let's see here. Pull myself up big style for a minute while we finish up. Look what I got today. So we have a friend who's selling her house and is giving us a bunch of her old stuff. So I got a big old Viking sword. Don't worry, it's not sharp. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but yeah, got a bread maker, all sorts of good stuff. But yeah, pretty midstream, honestly. Nothing about the warden. We just heard about the player experience improvements. I feel like we heard something from Finn, but I don't even remember what it was. And mainly just covered the Nowhere Vault, which is now called the Nowhere Vault. All right, well, whatever. I gotta go. We covered Zeal of Zenithar. We covered the stream. I'm gonna take that hour-long recording I made from the stream and put it into hopefully like a 20 to 30-minute video. I'm gonna work on that this afternoon, but for now, I gotta get my girl to her lesson. So we're gonna finish up with a prayer, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Lord, thank you for this stream today. Please bless everyone who came out. Lord, I thank you for my channel. Please continue to bless it with growth and be with everyone who was on the stream. Give them providence and wisdom. Guide us all away from sin and temptation. Guide us into your way, into the light of your knowledge and truth. Help us discern the truth in this world and experience plenty of joy and beauty and companionship and all that good stuff along the way. Lord, I give you all glory for this stream and for my channel. I do ask that you bless all souls across the world, the living and the dead. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. Okay. Thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks for coming today. A bit of a quieter stream, but we got a lot done. Covered Zeal of Zenithar, and I wanted to cover that stream. It was pretty disappointing though in terms of its scope and what it covered. A lot of stuff we'd already heard before. Some new stuff. I think the biggest change is pinning your achievements, and then for PC users being able to reorganize the UI. That's cool too. But yeah, it's slowing down. This often happens during the summer. There's not a lot of change, and apparently they are cooking up some big stuff in the background we just haven't heard about yet. Didn't hear anything about that. We didn't hear anything about Warden. So, c'est la vie. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I'm gonna get out of here and see you guys soon. God bless you. Peace.